Guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Ian at Nomad Scotland. Today's video I'm going to be taking you through the recent build of the converted camper van. So the Citroen Relay L3 H2. So my Citroen Relay 2014, I got it for a bit of a bargain. The initial budget I had for converting a camper van and buying one was about between anything from 10 to 15 grand. So in total, it's cost me about £12,000. That's from buying the van and converting it. So we'll do the walk around in a minute. I'll tell you what I've done so far, what I'm going to improve, and what kind of needs tidied up a bit. But yeah, 64 plate. I bought it at 91,000 miles. Gleaming bit of kit. No service history with it, so I took a gamble on it. There's been absolutely no issues so far. I've had some little bits and pieces done to the engine just to tidy things up, some oil changes and stuff, but the engine's absolutely running fine. That's me got 6,000 miles on it since I bought it back in February. It's currently set up, as you can see, for my water sports. And yeah, it's been working out absolutely fantastic. So, taking it back from the start then, we bought the van, we stripped it all out. It came with the bulkhead, everything inside. It came as a clean slate, so it was all kind of rotted ply inside. It all needed completely ripped out. The initial plan was to build a moto camper, so something to accommodate my motocross bikes, adventure bike if I was taking it somewhere, and all the family kit as well. So the paddle boards, water sports stuff, or hill walking. I do a lot of ultra running and stuff as well. So it was to set up a van that was going to give me the garage space as well. So without any further ado, we'll do the insides first. So here we go then. Inside the van, nice living space. Got the table in there. We fitted an extra seat, so we had to drill through the floor to fit the seat in. I can put some links in the description how we've done that, how we managed to accommodate it. Nice ladder for the high bed. We set the bed nice and high so that we could accommodate the bikes going on underneath the van. I'm 6'2", weigh about 100 odd kilograms. We've set that bed high enough that I can still comfortably sleep on top of that bed and move around without any disturbance to my sleep or any issues. And that is a full-size double, so a double bed, me and the kids can get up there no problem. If the wife's going away as well, we do have the blow-up awning. So we purchased a blow-up awning to accompany the van, as well as the Fiamma awning. The Fiamma 45S awning is a great piece of kit as well, really easy and quick to put out. And yeah, as a family of four, it's accommodating us quite nicely. The kitchen unit then, we went for a 12 volts set up on the sink, and then just a plain gas hob. So the gas setup then, just went for the old barbecue style gas bottle in there. That's on a regulator. So the gas bottle's on a regulator there, which only gets hooked up as and when we need it. So once we've got static, I hook that up and it's plug and play. So it's all nice and safe. That's not going to be hardwired in anywhere. So water bottle. I've yet to get the sink plumbed in, but I'm actually thinking that I'll not bother with plumbing in the sink, because just the sheer hassle of having that little sink, it's about as much use as tits on a fish. So I think we're just going to go remove the sink completely, and we'll use that as a kind of food prep area, just for more space. All the kind of washing up and stuff that we do, we're never going to go anywhere without water, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's the inside of the van. Plenty of space for us to sit in here. We just bring in the extra chair when we all need to sit at the table, and the ottoman storage box acts as the double chair for the kids to sit in. Plenty of storage space. I've used products that I got off Amazon, relatively cheap, and then obviously the netting that you can see, there's plenty of storage there, more than enough to accommodate all your needs. And then an extra storage bin up the top for extra food items, as well as extra bits and bobs. And then all my food items normally go in this little rack here. The fridge setup then, the fridge is tucked in behind that chair there, and I'll go through the electrics in just a minute. The electric setup I went for initially was a 12 volt setup, so in total my electrics have cost me about £300, and I'll talk about it in a minute. We'll just go through the garage space. So plenty of garage space in there, as you can see. The bed's set nice and high. There is a reason why I didn't go too high, and there is a way that I can get the dirt bikes in and out of there, not a problem. So I can accommodate my KTM 250 SXF, as you can see in the pictures now, along with a wee man's PW50 quite comfortably, with no issues, and all the kit and equipment we need. But if you're looking for an adventure van, you really want that garage space. You want to be able to carry all the stuff that you do your adventure with. So yeah, the garage space has been the biggest part of it for us, is retaining that good bit of space. Loads of storage on there. Again, we've utilised the nets and it's working out really well. And we've got a shower, should we have to use it, pressurised solar shower, so that's actioned on a little pump. And then we've got obviously the toilet that we need, and then up there we've got the shower head, so if we do need to take a shower and stuff. Inside for the lights then, I've just went for your old Home Bargains light setup. Light setup, you can see 3 of them in there, or 2 of them are in there, and I've got one up there. You're really only going to be getting into your garage space in the pitch black when you need to get something out. So yeah, you know, you replace the batteries maybe once every 3 months or whatever, once every 5 months, and it's wireless as well. So there's a little control panel. Switch my lights on and off. Happy days. That's my lights for my garage space. Cheap and cheerful. That cost me £6 from Home Bargains. So again, done on a budget. So there's the Fiamma 45. There's the awning rolled out. I've got pictures there of the air awning. You can see that set up as well. That gives us loads of living space. We can set the table and chairs up in for eating our meals and stuff. But the electrics, right, so the electrics set up then. Originally I wanted to go for a full 240 volt setup, go for the full Victron, you know, Renogy battery and all the rest of it, and I was looking at about £1,500 for a full kit install. This has actually worked out a lot better for me, because like I says, I've went for a gas setup. Everything we do cooking wise is on the gas, including boiling water, and everything else like that. So all we are really needing the 12 volt for is the lights in the van, which are all been plumbed in, done it myself, and then a 12 volt socket set up for charging phones, plugging in the fridge when we're on the move, and yeah, that's all we really need the leisure battery for. So my electrics in, there's the electrics in there. We've got the Snappy High Performance leisure battery. It's on a 130 AH, and then we've got a basic split charge relay, which is hardwired DC to DC straight into the car battery or the van battery, which is charging whilst we're on the move. That'll be charging that battery there. The electric setup, so all tucked away nice and neat behind the seat. There we go there, we've got the electric setup in there, currently got the lights on, and then everything else is wired in. I've got a pocket 12 volt cigarette lighter style socket there, along with my USBs. So the fridge gets plugged in there during the day when we're driving to said location, and then we can switch it to 240 volt. So my 240 volt then, just went for the box standard all-in-one terminal setup that you buy off at Amazon. It cost me £45. That is it there, and that just stays in place. The cabling's under the seat. It gets run out through the door once we get to a campsite, and that's us got 240 volt full electrics. All the amenities that goes with it, so the kettle, toaster and everything's in there. Got a fan. That's our setup. I can go off grid with this current setup for a weekend with the leisure battery, because all I'm really using the leisure battery for is the fridge and the lights, and that will last the weekend. I've already proven that, and it works quite well. So all in all, the electrical setup that I've got currently cost me about £300 in total to do the whole van. So from start to finish, It cost me about $3,000 to do the full conversion inside the van. So I bought the van for eight grand, and then spent about I'd say 3.5 on it. So it's been not a bad build on a budget. Things to do, I probably will upgrade the leisure battery and go for like a Renogy style 300 AH style battery. Apart from that, the van is doing what I wanted it to do. I've got absolutely no issues with it. I must have, when you're running gas bottles and stuff like that, is a CO2 alarm. So we fitted just a box standard, buy them a PACA 3 CO2 alarm, CO alarm from Amazon, and again, that's a must-have for safety. You don't want to be going to sleep inside a van with not a lot of ventilation and having gas floating around. The windows then, fitted the windows myself, got them off of eBay. They came as a pack specific for this van. That was a bit wary, cutting holes out the side of my van, but yeah, we got there in the end. Done both that side with an opening window, and then done the van done the window on the door itself. If you're living in Scotland, mid-units is a must-have. So again, bought these off of Amazon. Great pieces of kit. And then that little one comes down as well and gives you a full seal. So yeah, fantastic. Not done much to the inside of the van. It is a clean van for 2014, but yeah, that gives us the 3 seats in the front, and it gives us the 1 fitted seat in the back, with the wee man who's only 4 years old, so he still has to sit in that big seat. My daughter sits in the booster, but that gives us 4 seats in the van, and it is working out fantastic. At some point I will get round to putting those front seats on swivels, and that will create so much more space in the living quarters. So yeah, on a budget camper, 2014 Citroen Relay L3 H2, came at 91,000 miles, very little having needed to get done to it. Fitted the Fiamma roll-out awning, which is a great piece of kit. We created the garage space that we were wanting, which gave us more than enough, and I can fit my dirt bikes in there as well as an adventure bike in the front. If you look at pictures now, you'll see how I've managed to achieve that. And yeah, today was all about paddleboarding, so it's been a fantastic wee day. And if you like that video and you do want information on how I went about building the van, or any of the kit and equipment I used, please do reach out to me. And like I says, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and yeah, wherever you are in the world, get after it.